Hello. Welcome to another episode of Politics and Wellness. I'm your host, Captivating Christian. And of course, with me and Brother Nate tonight, and sorry for the darkness, but my light is acting funny. We will get to what it is. And of course, it is time for politics, news, and a whole bunch of mess stuff going on in the world and YouTube. So let me know when you're ready, Brother Nate, and give me the good old thumbs up and we can get this party started. All right. Hey.
Good evening. You can see me. I'm going to buy you a flashlight.
I don't know. It's like, man, I don't want the extra light to glare, so I was trying to keep it. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But anyway, you could still hear my voice, so I guess that's good enough.
Velvet voice.
Yeah. So how you been? How's your week been? How's everything going?
Everything's going. It's going smooth.
Yeah, that's good.
Everything's quiet. Yeah, your velvet coconut voice.
Right, my velvet coconut oil voice. Great. It always works. Yeah, so hopefully everybody's having a great start to your week.
Good evening, everybody in the chat.
Definitely so much to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
We will get through this and some other new things and new things that have just come out within a couple minutes. The State of the Union is tonight as well, but I won't be watching it. I'll probably catch it on the replay just because I'm not, I mean,
nobody's pressed. Everybody's tired.
Same old at this point. We already know what Congress is going to give. They're going to give a whole shit show during this time. So I'll just wait for the replay. But anyway, all right. So let's get into it. Hey, everybody. Welcome, Patty Duke, of course, Auntie Melissa, and those of you comfortably sitting in the luxurious skybox in Cap Hill. Enjoy. Your waiter or waitress, whatever you prefer, will be by with your refreshments for the evening. All right. So without further ado, let's get into what we came to do here first and some breaking. All right. So much stuff. Let's see, where are we starting? Let's start here. Usually I give the little rundown so you can follow along with me, but yeah, that didn't happen. So forgive me. But first we'll talk about news as far as the U.S. downs the Chinese balloon that was drawing attention around the world, let alone all across the news about this weather balloon that's been flying around the country, especially in the Midwest parts of the country that came from China. And China said, oh, don't worry about it. It's just a weather balloon. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here but a weather balloon. And of course, the GOP MAGA wing, otherwise known as the Trumplets, had everything to say about, this weather balloon. Oh, Biden, sleepy Biden should knock it down. It's violating our airspace. Blah, 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 blah. And see, he's not doing nothing. It's a threat to us. And he waited till it was on the seaboard or eastern seaboard and then shot it down where it would not endanger any human life because they didn't know what was on it, what it may be carrying, things of that nature. So they did it over the water. But come to find out, a couple of days later, lo and behold, them balloons have been flying around the country the whole damn time during the Trump administration. And Trump and the rest of the GOP and everybody who knew about it didn't say shit about it, including the Pentagon. Let's just put that right there. Because the high-ups were, of course, Trump-appointed people. So they made sure to not talk about things that were happening. So when we talk about the Chinese doing things of this nature, know that during the Trump administration, they were flying freely across these United States. And I'm sure they paid him a pretty penny for it. That is why you don't know nothing about his taxes or his dealings with a lot of these people. Let's not forget, Russia was test flying jets and bombing shit in Alaska the whole 4 years of Trump's presidency. So I'm waiting for somebody to talk about that as it being something that violated American airspace. But lo and behold, the balloon has come down. The second balloon, actually, because I think it was like two of them. They all have come down so far. So we'll see what else is going on with that. But any thoughts on the balloon brigade?
Yeah, it was just something else for the MAGA people. But they forget they have so much of their own shit that they've covered up. They have very short memories. When you do shit, you can't have a short memory.
You can't. You gotta remember. You gotta stay on your toes, man. I don't get it. I really don't.
Yeah, and also come to the realization they knew once that balloon hit our airspace up in Alaska, we knew what it was because it wasn't the first time for one thing.
Right.
So but everybody else was like, well, why didn't they shoot it down, over when it was coming across the continental United States, which you can't because
Right.
you don't know what's on there.
Right.
It might be Rona 5.5.
Well,
Okay,
right.
you don't know
Right. It
what's
really
on.
might be the China virus for real. So
Yeah.
you don't know what kind of chemicals may be on it,
Mm-hmm.
because of course, uh, speaking in the kind of person that would be the one causing the attack, you would put something like that and put something in it. So therefore, if it did get shot down, of course, it would then infect or kind of destroy something important that needed to be dealt with. So you want to make sure that when you do that, you do it out of areas where people might be in danger. So I mean, it would only make sense. But leave it up to the little Trumplets to think that not shooting it down in the midst of wherever it was at the time was something of cowardice. But
Yeah,
anyway,
and also know too that they're flying one over Central America also,
right,
Central and South America, and they have a conservatory down in South America because
yeah,
they purchase a lot of property down
they
there,
do. Mm-hmm.
so which could also double as military bases later on. So
Exactly.
they're setting up for
They
their
setting up for something.
for their jockeying for position
Yeah,
like
yeah,
every other country is.
right. But it's a bit bold. That I mean, I'll say so. It's a bit bold to do that. But we'll see.
No, not really, because the United States does it. They just go in there and they do what they want to do.
Yeah, but
It's
I mean,
the same thing.
when
But
I
when
say
they
it's a
do
bit bold, usually
put it like
usually
this,
it's the United States saying it, but you never hear of other countries actually doing it to the United States. Maybe to other countries that the United States may have territory in, but not on the mainland like
the
that.
U.S. the U.S. is mad because they the bottom this time. That's what happens. Okay.
That's crazy. All right. So, in other news, President Joe Biden is calling an end to the Miss Rona 19 emergency in May. And of course, everybody's asking, well, what does this mean, pretty much, for if this was to stop? Now, of course, a lot of the rental memorandums have gone out for people to be able to stay in their places or to avoid getting evicted. Most of those things will be stopping as well. Of course, the home testing will be stopping. The free ones you will have to pay out of pocket for tests. So if you've racked up,
Order your extras. Order
yeah,
your extras.
if
Why
you
the
racked
government's
up,
still
it's
giving them
about
away?
time to rack up while you can get them for free. Otherwise, you will have to pay out of pocket for that. And as far as booster shots and all those type of things, again, you may have to start paying for those as well.
Either that or to see if it's covered under your
Covered
insurance.
under your insurance, right?
Yeah, remember they had stopped last year, but they had a resurgence
Right.
in
So then they
in
had to
some
reimplement
places,
it.
so they re-implemented it. But this
Right.
time, take advantage of it. Order some extra kits. Order everybody. Just
Please do get
people in
to
your
it.
family. Just send them to their houses. I think it's 8. There's 2 boxes, 4 in each.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely, I don't know whether or not there's a expiration on those kits. That I don't know.
Oh,
But
I haven't even had one long enough to even check it out. Usually, if I did,
yeah, I was gonna say, see, if I ordered it, somebody
I'll
was
use it.
somebody was swabbing.
Yeah.
So, but go ahead and take advantage of it. You don't get shit for free any goddamn way.
Yeah. And during this, when Biden announced this on Monday as well, the Republican House majority had introduced a Pandemic is Over Act. I mean, they just like to hear themselves talk. Really.
Yeah.
That's the stuff that they come up with. They'd be like, who
Well,
elected you here?
it makes them sound like they're doing something.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you on that. In other news that just came across, I thought I had it, but I read it. The officer in the Tyree Nichols case The one that, remember, it was alleged talk that he had taken photos of Tyree Nichols as he was handcuffed and laying on the ground, and the photos were sent to other people. That has now been confirmed by the New York Times, that that officer had sent uh, photos of Terry Nichols to 5 individuals. One happened to be one of the police officers who also involved in uh, the entire case, not the actual beating of Mr. Nichols, but I guess it may have been the white officer or maybe the seventh officer that no one's talking about yet. There was two other officers on the Memphis police force, and one sent to an EMT and one to an unidentified female, which, of course, there has been talks that this unidentified female happens to be that officer's mother of his child, who they are not together, but it was alleged that Tyree Nichols and that woman were involved. That's still alleged. So, but I don't know. It's starting to look a little icy. I'm just saying.
Well,
and if that is the case, then that would elevate the charges to premeditated, which would be a big doozy because they're already not giving them the same blue covering that other officers have gotten in these kind of similar cases. So, if the charges do change to something more, that would be for everybody included, and mainly for the ones participating in the beating, which would be something crazy. But your thoughts?
Oh, I thought it was strange that he was taking pictures anyway, and they obviously were very comfortable because they were doing it in front of their own body cams.
Right.
That's what, I just couldn't. It's like, why is he taking a photo of this guy? Why he's, he's propped up against the car.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just want to know who are the other actors that they're kind of keeping everything secret about.
There was something else too. Oh yes, here it is. And in other news as well, a news update about this one. Remember our lovely white teenager, Kyle Rittenhouse, who got away scot-free from in Kenosha, Wisconsin, after he shot up 2 individuals, as he called himself, protecting a car dealership that was 2 hours away from his location where he lives. A lawsuit has been given the green light to go ahead and actually sue him for the murder of the 2 individuals. So yeah, all that spotlight, it's you're shining one minute and then it dims out and you're back at square one. So I don't know. It's a lot of book deals coming. Something needs to come because he's gonna have a hefty bill to pay.
Oh yeah, you're gonna pay regardless.
Right. You may not pay on the front end, but you're gonna pay on that back end. Ask OJ.
Let's see. Yeah, ask OJ. Let's see if they'll do I was gonna say OnlyFans.
A GoFundMe.
A GoFundMe for him.
Yeah,
this time.
Let's do another go, and I'm sure he probably still got money in the GoFundMe the first one.
Oh yeah, it was probably still coming in.
Absolutely crazy, but yeah, judge has given the green light for the families to sue Kyle Rittenhouse for the murder of their loved ones in civil court.
Mm-hmm. And that's just from the one family member, right?
Yeah, that's just one family member.
Yeah, he still has 2 more.
Yep. So, hopefully the young man getting his money together because he's gonna have to pay because he did it. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, that summer job looks good now, doesn't it?
Yeah, right. He might try to run off to school. I'm in school.
Mm-hmm. Oh, again?
Yeah. Another George Santos. George Santos Jr.
Yes, that is crazy.
I'm doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Also, in other news, this is more closer to home, especially for you. The FBI have arrested two racially motivated plots to attack the Baltimore power grid. What?
It'd have been one of those. Oh Lord, the lights are out. What the heck? Well, it would
I,
have been nothing. You know what? It wouldn't have been anything new because the first thing I would have said is, "God, goddamn Comcast, damn cable always out." So
yeah,
it would have been nothing different. I figured they were working for them anyway.
right. That this story is really, really crazy. I mean, first of all, the two suspects. I
Yeah, a man
mean,
and a woman,
yeah, yeah,
and
just look like
they
they
look MAGA all the way.
all the way, all the freaking way. Just looking like they want some attention.
Oh, they got it. They
Yeah.
definitely got it.
Oh no, they definitely got the attention that they were seeking. Um, but you know, it's unfortunate. But there's a lot of people out here like these fools.
Mhm.
So you know, we ought to be mindful. You really, really do, because you never,
Now,
ever,
this,
ever know.
if you want to know what domestic terrorism looks like, this is what it looks like.
Right. Full on,
Hmm.
right there. Which might I add, the FBI, the same FBI that actually wind up finding these mofo's, warned Congress last year that domestic terrorism was on the rise.
Oh yeah.
So you know, it's really, really crazy out here. You can't trust these people.
No, and you have to remember too that they have infiltrated everything. So
Everything,
they're
everything.
in the FBI, they're in the
Mm-hmm.
police department, they're in the military.
Yep.
You know, nobody pushes that also.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Right.
because they could suppress a lot of information.
Mm-hmm. It's sad. So sad.
Yeah, but we was almost in the dark. I'd have been I would have thought it was like, oh, look at that. I done talked about Texas so much.
Right. Right. Governor Abbott came and wheeled his ass over and cut your shit off.
Yeah, to cut my shit off. Mm-hmm.
Somehow you're laughing, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no.
God damn you, Hot Wheels.
Right. Damn you, Hot Wheels. But that is so crazy that people actually do that. And that one, that our systems like that are unguarded.
Well, they never had a reason before, but you only needed one group to show how easy it was. All you had to do was shoot out
That's
the
it.
power stations,
Yeah.
and that was it. Because nobody guards those things. You've ridden past and probably never paid it any attention. It's
Right.
nothing but a fence with a bunch of wires. All you know is that if you go over there and touch something, your ass might get fried. And it's
Right.
something that you can do from a distance, from a
Mm-hmm.
moving vehicle. You know, that type of thing. You shoot out one of them power stations, you knock hundreds and thousands of people out. Just
Yeah.
one or two key ones, and it's just really easy. So now they're gonna have to hire security guards.
Oh Lord. Imagine Otis from
Oh Lord.
from Martin trying to guard some just
Lord.
absolutely crazy. But speaking of older, about 80,000 Marylanders may lose Medicaid eligibility.
Yeah.
Yep, the Maryland Health Department has extended coverage to patients affected by the change in the Medicaid federal policy. So do note that that has changed. More than 80,000 residents could no longer qualify for Medicaid coverage this spring as the federal government reinstates a requirement that existed before the COVID-19, pan hit the states. States have to verify the eligibility of rescinded, eligibility from recipients. The executive director of the Maryland Health Benefit Exchange said beginning in May that the state can start ending its Medicaid coverage for people who no longer qualify. So yeah, note that if you didn't qualify before, you ain't gonna qualify now. because
Yeah,
stopping all the COVID kind of loopholes and kind of extensions and kind of, come on in and join in, that they were extending to a lot of these programs. They are cutting them.
that's right.
So,
Yeah,
get
just
yourself
check with
in
your local
order.
state if there's something some program that you're utilizing, that a lot of these extensions are coming to an end, and they're
Right,
pretty quiet. They're pretty quiet about
right
it.
about it. Right, exactly. So you don't want to be in a space where you are, thinking you're covered, and
Hmm.
God forbid
That you're
something
not.
happens, and then you come to find out that you are not
Hmm.
uh, covered at all. So definitely you want
Yeah,
to.
because any extra money they're going to accelerate.
Oh,
They don't want to spend it, so they're going to accelerate everything. So that's why they're pretty quiet about it. But just be on the safe side and be aware that if there's any program that you're utilizing, that it may be coming to an end.
yes, definitely want to keep that uh, in the forefront. Let's see what else I had here. Did that one? What's this? Yeah, we talked about them. I'll save that one for later.
Yeah, Patty, they're always going after Medicaid and Medicare
Yeah,
and
they,
everything
they are.
that the people utilize. But yet they can go out and they can just dig down
But
their
not
pockets
even
and
that their
pull
own
out.
constituents utilize. And that's the part
Well,
that
yeah,
irritates me.
yeah,
It's their own
but they
people.
never see it that way. They never see it that way. That's why when you hear that term, they vote against their own interests because they just hate other people more than they even think about themselves. It's like you're utilizing this stuff also. You will age.
Right. You are aging
Hmm.
in
Sheesh.
the face and everywhere else. Speaking of aging, though, Massachusetts prisoners who donate their organs may get less prison time. What are you willing to give up to get a lesser sentence?
Well, it's bad enough you've already given up some ass.
Right, right,
You're
right.
not. But did you read the amount of time it was like 6 months to a year? Are you
Wow.
fucking kidding me?
Yeah. So donors will receive at least 60 days, but no more than 1 year off their sentence. Just for
Yeah.
the organ or
It,
for each organ?
no, no, why would you do it? There's no incentive. At least if you go over to India, you might get 5,000 rupees.
Yeah, you probably end up dead. You probably
Yeah.
end up in somebody's tub of ice.
Have you ever seen those people? They all have the same because they do kidneys over there. They all have the
Not the
same
same scar or something.
same circular half circular half crescent moon scar
Mm-hmm.
on their side. Shit, that's just crazy. That's
Yeah.
just crazy. I would say if they took time off, it should be depending upon what your crime was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I could say if I'm saying maybe up to 5 years, depending upon if it's a lesser crime or something like
Right.
that. You donate an organ, depending. I was saying then too. Is it according to what organ you donate?
Right. That's what my question is. And then also I'm thinking, which
Now,
is
they suppose they donate sperm. Is that considered an organ? Because somebody gonna say,
yeah,
I
I
got a whole
mean,
I got a whole jar full right here.
oh gosh. I can give you a whole mason jar in about 2 minutes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. But it also kind of again creeped me out a little bit. Kind of taking me back to those, those kind of enslaved moments. Because you think of the numbers are incarcerated. There are far more black people, women, and men who are incarcerated in the prison system, and to now and give them the incentive of if you donate, if you give your organ up, uh, it's kind of it just gives me creeps of like black market stuff. So it's kind of weird.
Yeah. Once they figure out a way to tax it too, to be big business.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, and you think about it too, like when you see a lot of, prison men, they're in there working out, and it's like, are y'all really sitting up here like, oh, they're getting all healthy and buff? Maybe we can use their organs. They're probably healthier.
That's the only time. Well, with some
It
of them, that'll probably be the only time something black is up in them.
it gives me very much Get Out. You know what I'm saying? It creeps me out. So
you're gonna have organ donating harvest farms.
yeah, Harvard Farms in
I
prison.
can see that happening.
Yeah,
Patty said like they're going to get out of prison once
right,
they donate. Yeah, suppose
right,
something else pops up, and they'll go, you violated something,
right. And then you in there, you gotta stay.
and you got to stay, and
After
now
you
you have
done,
a scar, and you're missing something.
right, you done donated your organ, and you was able to knock a year off. Now you only have a month left of your sentence, and all of a sudden, wham bam, you get put in a hole, and they add another couple months. It might just be some way just to kind of get people to do it, just so they can donate. And then I'm starting to think, well, is the donor list that low? Is nobody does that anymore, where they check that thing on their license to be an organ donor? No, they're not doing that. I guess
Yeah,
not.
I'm an organ donor. I'm like, but yeah, Patty, I don't trust it either, because they'll always find some way to exploit it. Take something a good program and turn it into something horrible, because they always do.
Yeah,
Because somebody get kickbacks. You'll have a warden that's out there selling organs on the open market, and he's profiting, to the highest bidder. You see it coming. It's a setup.
Yeah, that is true. Now, speaking of profiting, have you ever been so hungry and you're like, oh, I'm just so hungry, and you happen to go into a hallway and you see a vending machine and go, oh yes, let me just get a bag of chips and a soda and something just to tide me over, a piece of candy, and I'll be all right. Now, George Washington University has vending machines full of Plan Bs. Yes, that's right. A vending machine full of Plan Bs. So, if you happen to do the night before and oops, you might have a little
You can step right out of your dorm room.
Right up your dorm room into the hallway and go downstairs to the group area and get that Plan B pill right out of the vending machine. Oh my gosh. Okay, so due to the overturning of Roe v. Wade, these kind of things like Plan B and other contraceptives have been banned from a lot of states and things. And so I guess this is a way to make it more available to students, especially since they always say that college campuses are full of more liberal thinkers and things of that nature. George Washington University has now put in a vending machine for emergency contraceptives into their facilities, into their dorms. So while you're cramming to study and getting crammed, you can get all of your snacks at one time.
You know what I think about though?
What?
You know how those vending machines, you put your money in, and sometimes it's not, the guy hasn't stacked them right, and they get hung up. Can you imagine them shaking the machines trying to get the Plan Bs out of that bitch?
Crying. When it don't come out, they banging and kicking it, crying, about to lose their life because you're about to lose your scholarship. Get this thing. Yeah. So I mean, they have it with condoms in them. So I guess why have the Plan B? Yeah,
it's convenient. Now you're gonna have to have unbreakable glass on that bitch.
Right.
Right. You got a way to get in that bitch. We're gonna sell that shit on the streets. It's everything.
Right. That the delivery person will be like a dealer, because clearly I'm sure somebody be like, I got a couple extra dollars. I drop you, just give me some of those before you put them in the machine. So the football team, watch out. They got a vending machine. They got a vending machine. So Becky does not have to walk around with your child as you hope to go
or the team's child.
Right. That too.
You know, because
That too.
some
Because the
people have an appetite when you just don't know.
I just couldn't wait to get away from my parents. Oh
Mhm.
my gosh. But speaking of appetites, the Cook County prosecutors have dropped sexual assault charges against the former singer or former alleged child pornography ish singer, uh, R. Kelly, who's already facing decades in jail. So,
Yeah,
I
what is
mean, I
it?
don't know if
Would it
this
take a week off?
means right. I don't know if it takes like, a year or two, but I don't know. But my only thing is, as we don't pay attention to this and just think, oh, that's nothing. As more charges drop, it'll
Mhm.
start to chip away at the
Oh, at its actual time.
actual time. And then when they go to resubmit for a retrial, a lot of that stuff will not be permitted. And so he
Mhm.
might wind up,
Yeah,
being
not
able
serving his full sentence. Or he's not
to
going to
hold
serve his
on
full
out.
sentences anyway.
So yeah. So I don't know. I don't know. It's just very, 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 very crazy. But I mean, he's 56 years old. I didn't know he was that old.
Mhm. he's getting all he's getting all that youth. That's,
Oh,
that's
and you
crazy.
said
Yeah, that's kind of cruddy to say, but he's getting all that youth.
a whole bunch of youth sound. Okay, this one wasn't open. I don't really want
Mhm.
to. I used up.
I wonder if his manager got time. They have a done a
I don't
plea
think
deal.
they've done his case yet because I know he was. At first, they were giving him immunity, but then something came back, and
Hmm.
they wound up charging him with something. But I don't think they've had his case yet.
Yeah.
Um, but in some great Black History news, some modern day Black History news, because I know, of course, we always talk about the same old people in our Black history, but know that we are making history all the time.
Hmm.
Uh, but we're always grateful to our ancestors, but we are definitely making history all the time. We have a 9-year-old high school graduate making Black history. I'll probably pronounce his last name, but I believe his name is David Belongo. Uh, his hopes to be an astrophysicist studying the black hole and supernova. He is the youngest to graduate high school.
Hmm.
Yeah. Um, yeah, 9 years old. I mean, what more can we say? The young man is from Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Uh, he will be earning his high school diploma and become the youngest known child to do so.
Hmm.
Yep. So Guinness Book World
That
Records
is
and all
great.
that.
That is great.
Mhm.
That's right. Cultivate your nerds.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You think
Right,
something's wrong with that kid because all he wants to do is sit up in his room and read a book.
right,
Cultivate your kids.
right. He has earned his diploma with a GPA of over a 4.0, and he's only 9 years old.
Hmm.
Yep. He belongs in Mesa, which is an elite society members of extraordinarily high IQers as well. Uh, he's been doing his coursework at home uh, through
Yeah.
a cyber charter school.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
also, uh, more people think about homeschooling your kids.
Yeah. Well, I mean, those of you who can.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because some of them,
uh,
but
you may
you know,
think, please don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to your child.
yeah, because a lot of a lot of school systems, they pump just as much poison as what's out here in the streets also.
Right.
So, you know, that
Um,
definitely makes sure you supplement their education. And
right.
that's stuff that you can do. Things that you want that you deem important that
Mhm.
you can also, add to even if it's just an hour a day,
Mm.
something you do at home. You may get the basics or the sub basics at school, but supplement the rest at home. Things that they need to do. Everybody's worried about what's going on down in Florida. No,
Right.
that means you need to step up and make sure that your kid knows what this is the actual truth.
Right.
And teach them the reason why that they're trying to eliminate and alter history.
Mm-hmm. Very true. Very true. All right, in another moment of modern day Black history, we have a Black superhero who saved a car out of control on a highway. Take a look at this.
Take a look at this video as a Lawrence man risks his own life to try to help another driver. You can see this blue car keeps going through the median after the driver veered off the road. Moments later, you see a man darting out in the middle of the highway, narrowly missing a truck, desperately trying to open the door while running alongside the car. That man you see is 25-year-old Adolfo Molina, now being hailed as a hero. He says he didn't think twice when he jumped out of his car and ran across the highway on 93 after realizing the driver in that blue car lost consciousness.
Yeah.
In the snow. In the snow.
Yeah. So, wow, that was very crazy, but shout out to that young man for seeing somebody in need and actually doing that on the highway, no less.
Yeah. Because all you got from me was where did that? Okay, it'd have been
calling 911 for the car.
I think he drunk. I think he drunk. Wait a minute.
He got a little inebriated. He was swerving and everything.
He was swerving and everything.
Yeah.
He even clipped me. Had that dent that you had in your car. You try to get it clipped me. We always trying to get a scheme.
Right. Totally crazy. And also in other news, other Black history news, we have the lunch lady. Let's take a look at this Black history nugget.
There were no shortages of people using the heart of the COVID-19 pandemic to run scams and get free money, but one woman decided she didn't need a partner in crime. She just would wing it. Kelsey Kernstein is here. She's got her blue cheese, her ranch ready for all that spice. Good morning, Kelsey.
Mitch, you really can't make this one up. A woman stole more than $1 million worth of chicken wings, and the saddest part is she stole it from one of the poor school districts in Illinois where the need is great. Now, this 66-year-old, Vera Liddell, accused of a year-long chicken wing heist, well, she worked for the Harvey, Illinois school district for more than a decade. When the pandemic hit, she was put in charge of placing the orders for food. She used the position to embezzle 11,000 cases of chicken wings, costing up to $1.5 million from the district's food provider. She even used the school cargo van to pick that food up. Parents say it's disappointing to learn that the food and money meant for students were selfishly taken.
This is the area that we live in. We live in middle class, lower than middle class in this area. So it really don't surprise me that somebody would try to get over, but it's kind of sad.
Miss Vera, you got the hook up, girl. That's why we can't find no chicken wing.
That's why the chicken short. That's why there's no eggs, because she's stifling up everything. 11 cases. She had to be giving them to restaurants, or either she got a catering business. I'm telling you,
she took that shit home. She got freezers. Boy, she got freezers. That's all. She got 5. My Miss Vera got 5 freezers down her basement. I know her electric bill high as shit.
Right, the high as hell.
And here I go.
Don't worry about the wings. I got the wings. Y'all just bring the sides. I got the wings. Y'all just bring the sides. But yeah, totaling over $1 million, $1 million+. And all that.
What they also need to discuss, my sister used to be a vice principal, is the amount of waste in the school system with the lunch program. And you have children that go there that families are food insecure.
Right.
And what they used to do, what they used to do is at the end of the day, because they would still have full trays, but they couldn't keep it over. It always had to be fresh stuff coming in every day. They would have full trays of food. They would give them the full trays of what was left over, except for when company comes, because they could get fired for that. But she retired now. She gives zero fucks. so
that was just before, huh?
Yeah, that was just before. She said, I ain't tell nobody nothing. She said, I'd tell her, I'd let the parent know, and they would come at the end of the day, when they come to pick the kid up, to come pick this stuff up, because they would throw that food away.
Right.
It hadn't even been used. But Miss Vera, girl, call me. Looking for chicken. It's hard out here for a nigga looking for chicken. And watermelon. You heard about that simpleness, right?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah. So a couple of places for Black History Month on the menu is chicken and waffles and watermelon.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's what that was. I couldn't remember what the article was. Speaking of the Black History Month and all that stuff. Remember last year, the Congress got on the floor the rotunda with their kente cloths.
They could barely get up, right?
Yeah, and they could all barely get up without this help of aid. So the Miami-Dade Police Department, and other counties in that Miami area, the police department, they have created vehicles, and I'm sorry I don't have the picture up, with kente cloth and pictures of Africa on them to commemorate Black History Month. But then I thought, well, what difference does that make when the officers inside are still shooting up and killing unarmed Black men and women? So they feel secure being in a squad car that happens to be decked out in kente cloth and the motherland motif. I don't understand the logic behind some of the stuff that they do that they think
they got backlash for it. They definitely got backlash.
I'm sure they did. I am sure
it was crazy. It was crazy. It's like a Wakanda mobile.
Yeah, right.
It had the Pan African flag and the colors. Then it had the drawing of Africa on the back of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Do better.
Do better. I saw that one, but they weren't the only one. It was like two other that did it.
I want to say Ohio was the state too that did it.
Yeah,
I know I saw it someplace.
White.
Another state.
I know those were basically white in the same color motif type thing, and it's like, and these people were proud that they did.
They were unveiling it like it was the Martin Luther King and Coretta Scott King.
That's the statue. Yeah, and that's what everybody should have been enraged about. It's like, are you serious?
It just doesn't. No. I would have just preferred them showing them both a full statue kind of embracing in that way than just to have those on. No. It just don't look right. To me, it just don't look right. But, with that, I think we're all done there. Before we get to who said that, here's a good little thing. So, yes, it's Black History Month, but do note that a lot of times you may be sleeping, but your significant other may not be sleeping. So sometimes you just gotta you never know what you might see. Take a look at this crazy video clip. Okay.
Hey, Melissa, girl, is it taco night?
It is Taco Tuesday. I just like, what? At first, I thought the kid was asleep, but then when I see the move, I was like,
no, I saw the kid moving and the old man laying on the other side.
Just crazy.
You know, they cross the border down in Texas just so they come and take
taco pictures.
pics. We in America, we free. We can do this now. I traveled across 4 countries so I could take taco shots.
Just so you can see my taco meat. That's just absolutely crazy.
Woo!
Yeah,
when I saw the kid was still awake, I was like, you know what? You nasty. You just nasty.
Way too much. Well, hopefully they have signed a prenup, or as Andrew Caldwell would like to call it, this.
Not sign a prenup. And you say, well, Andrew, what is a prenup? A prenup means that in case you get divorced, you ain't gonna be able to get nothing. No house, no car, no.
So yes,
a prenup.
Yes. Hopefully.
I could go so many places with that. We just won't do that.
A prenup, okay?
A prenup.
Yeah. So hopefully that was signed. But anyway,
my definition totally different.
Oh yeah, it definitely is.
Hey, who said that? Who said that? Who said that? Who is saying that? Who said that? Who said that?
All right. So much has happened. So much has been going on. Oh wow, I wasn't even on. So much has happened. So much is going on. Where to begin? Let's see. So, what you call it? Rob Rack or Rob Rack or whatever, AKA his case trial or his arraignment or whatever was supposed to go down today. We were all kind of there. Shout out to Troy Allen beefing.
Yeah,
he definitely had a whole little set going. We went from the airport. We went from the private chartered plane.
That's right, to the van.
To the van, to the Mercedes vans, and then from there to the courthouse. Right.
You gotta give him an E for effort because I was dying. I was like, you know what?
Right.
You got a lot of time on your hands.
Way too much. He flew the chartered jet.
Had the suit on. I was loving it. I had a good laugh.
And then he ushered everybody to the Mercedes Sprinters. So you could ride it in style as you go to the courthouse to see the fate of Rob Rack. So that was great. And then come to find out there was no court. Nothing was on the docket. Yeah. So we had to all find our own way back home. He paid for everything going, but you had to find your way back home. But it was interesting. So definitely check out Beefing 313. That was definitely a very entertaining and creative way to go to court. Been to court in that way before. But it was nice. And very nice private charter you had there. It was very nice. So other than that, in other news, VS has returned since her long-awaited or a long hiatus away from YouTube. Of course, there was some talk about a year ago that she was off of probation and she possibly would be returning back to YouTube. And it seems like in just her fashion, she has returned and everything has went topsy-turvy and a lot of people have pussy popped and backpedaled from their original, when it first happened. I never did it, that kind of, I'm my own person. I ain't need nothing. Well, so yeah, and I guess the casualties keep happening. Apparently, DKL, Duchess Kelly Love, got kind of beat up yesterday. Apparently from a live that she was a part of on that lane, and some secrets got told or exposed, so to speak. But I mean, granted, I don't really think highly of stuff like that when you're talking amongst friends. Things are going to be said. So, that kind of stuff, when people say, act like it's something new or salacious, it's like at the end of the day, if they're truly friends, that's what friends do. They're going to talk crap about people and things and situations that normally they wouldn't think anything of it, or think that the person is saving it to then utilize it later on Mad Day. But, unfortunately, that's what some people do. Yeah, so. But, I mean, he took it in good stride, I guess. He wrapped himself up with bandages and acted like he was all beat up in the face. And I was like, really? Okay. But,
but there's those scars in their bruises.
Yeah. So his scars and bruises and lumps and bumps. But she has made her rounds, kind of sharing her grievances. I mean, personally, being there back then and here now, granted, I get that some people may hold grudges and things of that nature, but it's 3 years of your life that you can't get back. You know what I'm saying? And to have people relive that or be holding on to these things that people may have said prior to the situation happening, and you've still been holding and harboring this and waiting for the moment to get back, it's like you haven't learned anything. Yeah, you've gone through these situations, but you haven't learned anything, because it was a lesson in all of that for you to learn. And I don't think coming back with that same kind of way is really proving anything, that you truly, gain something from that experience. Because
but revenge is sweet. Revenge is sweet.
Revenge is sweet.
Revenge. It's almost better than an orgasm.
It is.
I sit back and plot. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, wait a minute.
It is when it's people that have actually done you wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's people that have legitimately done you wrong, that part I totally get. But when it's people that necessarily did not do you wrong, they may not have been there for you like you wanted them to be. I'll give you that. But like, have talked about you or done anything like malicious towards you? No.
More pancakes, please.
That I don't see it. But I'm not involved, so I don't know. But I just I just feel like it's
no, good revenge is sweet as shit. Oh, I can taste it.
I can't take that. Not 3 years.
I do. I love good revenge. Ooh, you sitting ferment and just roll in it like a warm blanket. Fuck yeah, revenge is nice. I love good revenge.
I would let it go.
No, some things you just can't.
No, granted.
That's just the scorpion in me. Yeah. I'll sit and wait. I'll wait for your ass to trip, motherfucker, and I'll trip you down the rest of the flight of this death. Revenge is sweet. I've been holding on this shit for a long time. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, I hold on this stuff, but I don't hold on this stuff that long. Like I like.
Oh no, I can hold shit beef just as fresh. It could be 10 years, and it could flare up.
See,
oh hell yeah, boy, it's good. And when it's executed just classically, a nice classic revenge. Oh hell yeah, it's better than a hard on. Hell yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm that motherfucker. That's my petty. I can hold shit forever and never let you know it. Then that one opportunity, that one chink in your armor, I get in that bitch and rip that shit all up. Oh hell yeah.
No, I just won't bother. I won't bother. I won't be around. I just will excuse myself. But I ain't got time to.
I ain't got that many more years left to be excusing too much.
No, like not excusing the situation, but like you just remove yourself. Like if I remove myself, then I don't have to be around it. I don't even have to engage in it when I just remove myself. Then to be harboring like, I'm gonna get you. I can't wait.
That's the best part, because you're always looking for that opening. That's all you need. And then, especially, and then too, when
I'm doing that,
manipulate. Go ahead. What were you saying?
No, I said when I do that, I'm paying too much attention to you and what you're doing and your moves because I'm waiting for you to slip up.
Oh yeah, I'm waiting.
Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I don't even want to look at you that much at that point. It's like, you are. I'll pass. But no, yeah. So that seems to be the thing here now. So that has become the new thing, and like everything fades in the wind. First we were talking about Tracy and Rob Rack, and then the Rob Rack whole kind of debacle, him being locked up, and now look, a new story has come and away with Tracy and her love affair, and nobody's talking about that. Everything is this whole new thing. Chopper has been thrown into the crosshairs of this, which was a big surprise even to me, because I was just like, that's been like your person. I mean, even though everybody didn't know, maybe privately the workings, but there was kind of a spoken, unspoken type thing that was your go-to person. So to know that most of the people that were close in the circle are now kind of in her crosshairs for whatever reason, it's kind of
sounds like a good origin story for a villain.
Yeah,
we got a new villain.
So, yeah, it's just like did the villain did the quote unquote villain come back to actually?
Y'all better be careful walking on these YouTube streets this weekend.
No, I don't know. I just don't know. I think life is real. Life is real, and those type of situations are real. And I think at times lessons should be learned from these things. Like, granted, I get it. Again, all this shit is fun and games, and it's funny until real life intersects with this, and people really get impacted with real life consequences in real life situations. And I just think, some of that stuff is cool and funny, but when you playing into the hands of a lot of people who wanted to see your demise anyway, and if you continue the same kind of thing, you're going to open yourself up to get caught up again, and the same situation happen. That's my only concern. It's just like, if you're not careful, you're going to wind up finding yourself in that same situation. These are people that have, for years now, perfected this way of, I'm gonna fuck your shit up, kind of situation. And granted, you may have been watching, but you haven't participated in a lot of things that these people have done. So, it's a different game. It is a different game out here now. But more power to her. I think it's VS Icon if anybody is interested in checking it out. But I don't know. Just welcome back is all I could say. And just
let the carnage begin.
No, it's just really, really crazy. But other than that, let's see what else. There was some stuff going on in Kimmy's Law that I was just listening to recently with her moderator TC and situation over at Breeze Channel. I don't know. I didn't watch it, but it seems a bit heated, and TC was definitely giving ODS some words. Yeah, she definitely had some words for him, but I don't know. Other than that, that's about it that I can think of off the top of my head in regarding these YouTube streets. Other than that, as far as anything that I am watching or anything that you're watching, any shows, movies, or anything that you've seen that crossed your
looking watching the 1619 Project.
Okay, yes.
Been watching that. That's been pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
God, what's the other one? The Last of Us. That was real good.
Yeah.
It was episode 3. Episode 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where the guy had built like a little community.
Yeah.
Fenced in and everything. That was a real good story.
That was. Yeah, it was. Although the person was already dead in the video game.
Yeah,
The person was.
but they kind of fleshed it out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, but listen, I was watching. Honest Roden lost his mind. Yeah, I was watching you when you when you came on. I was like, yeah, drove him crazy.
And what else? Devotion. I saw Devotion. I think that's the name of it. That's the one with the African American Air Force pilot during World War.
I thought it was like an inspection or something like that. Was it inspection?
Inspection is the other one. The son is gay, I think.
Yeah.
That's Inspection. I haven't seen that one yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that hasn't hit out. And I want to see the one with Monique on BET. I've been looking for that one. It's like a horror type thing with her and Lee Daniels, and it's playing on BET Plus.
I don't know. I gotta look it up.
I gotta say, I don't have BET, so I've been looking for the hookup.
For the around the way version.
Of course.
I don't know. I have to definitely check that out, but I don't know that. What else did I see? I saw something that I said I wanted to share with you guys. I don't remember what it was. It's like a couple days ago. But yeah, that's about it. I haven't really watched anything too tough. Trying to just keep it light. Because I can only take the Last of Us and things like The Walking Dead, but so much because I start yelling at the TV and stuff. I get that from my grandmother. So my friends like to watch stuff like that with me because I be like, really stupid, don't go in there. So, and I get it from her because we used to laugh at her as kids. They're like, Grandma, you want to watch this movie with us? And she, no, I don't want to watch no Jason and no Freddy Krueger. When we finally get her to watch it, we'd be cracking up because she'd be yelling and screaming. So that's why y'all can't sleep now.
Yeah.
And she was yelling at the folks, but I get it from her.
Did everybody hear what they're doing? I think it's AMC theaters. What they're doing? They're going to start charging by the seat location. So
if you sit up in the front, the closer you are, the more money.
I don't know if it's the closer or it may even be the opposite. The further, your seat price will depend upon the location.
Oh gosh! Unless they're gonna start putting those, those vibrating seats in there, the ones that they have that move around with the actual. Sometimes
I was going to say you already have to. You're paying for assigned seats. So I'm not going to pay any. I'm not going to pay any extra because of it's. I don't know how people sit in the very front of the theater. I'm not going to be doing this the whole time.
Like the whole time, you just stuck like looking crazy.
Because I would just say, give me my money back in a heartbeat. If I'm too close, I was like, bitch, I wear bifocals. I can't be looking at this shit all distorted as it is. There's no fucking way in the world I can be sitting up there like that the whole night, but not for 2.5 hours.
No,
I would say, give me my money back.
So
you think them theaters are empty now?
Or you get the second row mezzanine seats, the one that jerk and jive and move around for an extra $25. So you're spending like $50 just for a seat.
I be working at the senior citizen shit. And I ain't even that close yet, and it's almost goddamn $30 for 2 people to go with your senior citizen. I was like, hell. Good thing I sneak in my snacks.
Well, that part is true because there's no way anybody would be able to do anything with the raising prices.
So just know, if y'all go to movies, somebody will be putting out because them prices are going up.
Right, they are definitely going up.
It just won't be lunch at a smile.
Yeah, it definitely won't. It won't be a Netflix and chill moment.
And Netflix. You hear what they're doing, right?
Yes, they are. They are putting verifications so they can track your login.
Mm-hmm.
So the next time you try to log in, they may ask for your verification. To give you a verification code so you can put that in to actually log into your system. So I mean, you have the ability to have up to 4 people on your plan. So I mean, I don't know how well that's going to pan out, but we'll see.
Yeah. What are they doing? Just tracking your IP address, or?
Probably just tracking your IP address to check back on uh, people giving out their passwords to have multiple, more than the 4 people actually watching your
Hmm. Yeah, because Netflix hasn't really been hitting no too much in a
no,
minute,
but
because there's so many other players in the game now.
yeah,
It
but
used
if
to
I
be a
have
time
more
when it
than
was a.
one device, then I should be able to, I'm paying for it. But
Mm-hmm.
you can't tell me how many devices I can utilize on my thing. But,
Or where? Suppose I'm on vacation or something.
right, and I mean, you have so many. Now you got Apple TV, you have Amazon, who's kind of amped it up.
Yeah. Patty, your husband, he gonna be putting out.
And welcome everybody to the chat. Welcome. Nice to see you. What's that movie? This show with Octavia Spencer. I've been watching that too. That's good. Truth be told, yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
truth be told, the new season has started. This one involving Gabrielle Union and kind of dealing with a child or children being abducted, young girls being abducted and kind of trafficked. So pretty good.
I've been watching was the Godfather of Harlem. I like that.
Okay.
I like that. Uh-huh.
Or BFM, I think it is too. I haven't seen that, but people said that was good. I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, sorry. Get all your shows together, because
yeah, right.
We ain't gonna be going to the movies.
No.
Everybody knows Black Panther Wakanda is out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that
and it's on Disney Plus. Yes.
Yeah, on Disney Plus or bootleg. But that shit hit the day before it came on Disney Plus.
It sure did. Mm-hmm. It sure did.
Yeah, because I was like, "Oh, Merry Christmas to me."
Oh, whatever.
One day I want to hear that knock on the door and be like, "Who is it?"
I don't
answer
the door for people. No way. That's absolutely crazy. What else? I think that's about it. I think that was it.
Oh, speaking of bootleg, my favorite my favorite book bootleg site got shut down by the FBI.
Oh,
Z Library.
Yes.
But that's okay, because they have some other ones that are coming up now.
Okay.
That one was over in it was it had to be Germany.
Okay.
That was over in Germany.
A lot of free credits from Audible. So
Audible too. Yeah, because I was even thinking about doing Audible. Because I figured out how to some books that haven't had the Audible version done yet. Well, I figured out a way to do the recorded voice on it. So that's what I've been doing. I would get the book for free, and then you had the automated voice, and then I would change the format to MP3, and I'd listen to it on the thing. And I was like, I went looking for it. I was like, this shit's gone.
Yeah.
But but as greedy as I am, I'll do my 24-hour limit of 10 books.
Mm-hmm.
If there's some things that are out, I would just go ahead and download them and just convert them as I would go later on. I was getting ready to wanted to hear them. Just go ahead and convert them over that way. But there are other sites that are popping up.
Yeah.
And they have some. Just make sure you change your file format.
Mm-hmm.
Because some of them are coming in PDF form, but you can change it to the regular book format, and it's usually right. It's usually right in that program, and that has that file right then and there. But I was like, it was two sisters that was running that.
Mm.
Yeah, so I don't know if they got time behind it. But damn, as soon as that one shut down, another one popped right back up. So it was but the library isn't as large. That's what normally happens when they get shut down. They usually lose like half their library, and but they'll come back and they'll have the ones that they don't have any copyright strikes or anything against.
Right.
And then eventually they'll all pop back up.
Okay. Yeah. And speaking of books, of course, congratulations to Viola Davis, who just became an EGOT recipient for her Grammy-winning Audible book of what was the name of her book? So the tip of my tongue.
Yeah, I'm sure that was a pleasant surprise.
Oh my gosh, I can't remember. But
because and Malcolm Jamal Warner won.
Yes.
For I guess Audible.
Yeah. So definitely shout out to them. I didn't watch the Grammys, but I hear people.
I was gonna say, what's the thing they were talking about? Beyonce's speech or something had something to do with her going over to Dubai.
I don't know. I didn't watch the speech. The only clip I've seen is she was talking about her uncle. So I don't know what she have said in regards to that, but I'm sure she probably did mention it.
Yeah, because they were saying a lot of people were upset with her because she went over there because they're such a strict country. She went over there to get that money.
Right, exactly.
Over there, take their money and do your good over here where you can do it, or give to you could always funnel it back to organizations
because they are against people who are LGBT, and her fan base is so largely supported by.
They could also fund the movement.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't always put everything out there.
Right.
It's like, well, that they don't allow, and but notice too that she was not as scantily dressed.
Right. She can't
doing her performance over there.
There's certain things that
and even her performers, man, they had hijabs on and they were covered from. I think you saw feet and hands, and that was about it. Feet, hands, and face, and that was about it.
Yeah.
But young folk need to understand that you need funding to do a lot of things.
Right.
So let her go over there and get that. Was it 24 million? Hell yeah, I'd have been over there. 24 million. I'd have said, wait till Mama come back. All right, we's going grocery shopping. It's the first of the month. You know how you come back, the car be loaded up, anything out the back window. We go shopping and get all this money that they gonna give us. And you could do a lot more. So you have to be strategic in the things that you do. Everything's just not because of the moment.
Yeah, and understand that it's sad but true that we do, although sometimes it doesn't feel like it a lot of times, but we do have a lot of freedoms that other countries do not. I know, a lot of people like to think that everywhere is just as free and as liberal and you can actually be who you are without any kind of repercussions, even though sometimes we face that in our,
and how quickly it can change. Look at Iran.
Yeah.
Women no longer had to wear the hijab.
Right, exactly.
Shit. When they pulled out of there, you slap skull caps on them girls. They don't. And they took them and they stopped them from going to school. Yeah, they stopped them from going to school and everything else.
They did.
So,
and a lot of women have lost their lives fighting for equality and freedom in countries. So be mindful that yes, we value a lot of the freedoms that we do have here, but a lot of countries around the world do not share those same kind of sentiments. So although we may feel some type of way, we do have to understand though it's the nature of their country. Because you don't want to end up like other people and get locked up in some other foreign jail.
Yeah, for something simple. Something relatively simple.
Yeah, right. Asking the president to release you. Just be mindful. But other than that, that's about it. That's all I got. That's all I got for you beautiful brown people. If anybody wanted to share anything, I'll drop the link for a couple minutes. I think we have like 3 minutes left here before it's 10 o'clock. So I'll drop it. If anybody wants to pop on to say anything, you can. If not, that's fine too, because it's always great seeing you guys and hanging out with you every Tuesday while we talk shit about shit that's going on in the world.
Yeah. Next week we'll talk about the we'll talk about the State of the Union address.
Oh, you're right. Next week we'll deal with the State of the Union address, and also Valentine's Day is fastly approaching.
That's right.
So make sure that you get your loved one something special, and if they just just a friend they're getting to know, then maybe you'll think about next year. But
don't forget your side pieces. Just remember, Camilla Parker Bowles, she stepped her pussy game up.
Right.
Now she's on next to the throne.
She definitely did. Talk about a come up. That's a side piece.
Oh, hell yeah.
That's a side piece crown story for you.
I can't wait for that one.
Be the mistress and the mistress be the main bitch. That's crazy.
And that ain't some Game of Thrones shit. I know it's one of those behind the scenes things.
And it ain't even like shit pretty. I just don't get it.
Look at him. But you know what? That's old European.
Mm-hmm.
That's old Europeans.
Yeah.
That's not. I mean, back then, well, I'll keep it nice. Never mind. Never mind. You don't always go by looks. They're usually kind of prudish. You always get the one that's mediocre and plain. Those are the freaks. Those are the freaks because they never know when they might not get it again.
Might not get another piece, right?
Yeah, everything is yes, 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 and I'm like yes, yes, yes. Okay.
Poor thing, but yeah. So I mean, she's definitely the side piece.
You know what Camilla's secret is?
What's that?
Coconut oil.
It's definitely not coconut oil.
Well, it wasn't the moisturizer that skin. Damn. And she don't look like Leatherface. I tell you, the worst thing they could have ever done was come out with high def TV.
Right.
Oh, you talk about terrible.
You see.
Not only can you see the hairs on their face, you can see the cracks and crevices.
Yeah, swollen hands and all. Because French Charles got some fat old sausage fingers.
He got mitts. Made me wonder he was shooting up.
Right.
Make you think he was shooting up. He probably, what he probably was. You never know.
Yeah, you really don't know.
The Royal Elixir.
Imagine the job you was sitting around for 70-something years to get hired and actually be the boss. And you get it on your way out. You're like, oh yes, I'm here.
Patty, what you say? You'll see us a week after next. Be celebrating. It's gonna take a woo.
She gonna need a whole
Patty. You know it's gonna be like Patty. Say my name.
Right. Crazy, but definitely enjoy your loved ones on your Valentine's Day. So that's all well and good. Okay, so with that said, I think we can head on up out of here. Everybody, make sure that you're being safe. Of course, you're wearing your mask, keeping your distance. Please, even though they're ending this COVID thing, it ain't gone nowhere.
Yeah, it doesn't work in their timeline.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't. I think for the most part, they're ending it because they're trying to keep inflation down, and they don't want the country to spiral out of control and things to get too bad. So they figure if they cut it now, where enough people have been vaccinated, and they can still kind of keep it under control a little bit and get more people back to full-time work and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, especially after that jobs report.
Right.
Yeah, that you have to remember too. That's a numbers game.
Yeah, of course it is.
That's nothing but a numbers game.
It is indeed. Although he has still had the higher job increase than all of his predecessors, it is still a numbers thing. And
you have to look at the types of jobs,
right?
Because they just count it as a job, whether it's a CEO or a gig worker.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter, and it doesn't have to be full. Doesn't have to be full time. Everything's pretty much part time now.
Yeah, a job is a job at this point. So Yeah, and be mindful that people out here, crazy folks are out here. I just came across a story 2 days ago, real quick. A Maryland man went into the police station in Rockville and turned himself in. Told them where they could find his dead wife that he killed in the apartment after he'd been in the house with her and the body for like a whole week and a half. So no, they're crazy. People are crazy out here. Okay. So definitely nothing to take lightly.
Definitely a new level.
Yeah. A whole new level of batshit crazy. So definitely want to be mindful. But other than that, keep your head on the swivel, as Brother Nate would say. Wear your mask, moisturize, and yeah.
That's right. And the cafeteria lady, call me, girl.
She can't call you right now.
Yes, she can. I know she got. I know Miss Gertrude got some wings left over.
Nah, she's in jail. All them wings is gone.
Damn, I done missed the sale.
Yeah, you missed the sale. She had to get rid of them last bit of wings. She probably did that for the New Year's because she probably knew that they was coming for her ass. Damn, got rid of them wings. The wings was on sale. Like, I got your wings. But all right, guys. And until next time, America, be safe and peace. Talk to you later.